The next speaker, he already gave a presentation yesterday and it was very inspiring. And today is how you can use it, how can you use social media and especially YouTube to promote chemistry and to make it more popular. So I think he's fixing, oh my hero. So give him a warm applause for Raphael.
And 25 minutes. Can I take the micro?
Yes.
Thank you, Melo. Hello, everyone. Before I start, please, who was not here yesterday? Okay, great. I will present myself to begin. So I'm Raphael. I'm a sport coach and a chemistry teacher in classe préparatoire. Classe préparatoire is a French specificity. It means a 2-year preparatory class to get into engineering schools. And I'm here as a passionate about videos, popularization, teaching and science. And I create and share videos about chemistry, mostly on my main YouTube channel called Blablaro Labo. So I'm the Blablaro and I'm in the lab. My project has many faces. One of them is about teaching. I've already talked about that yesterday. So today we will focus on using videos for popularization. Before we start, I will show you a little video to present my style. And let's go. Pas vous casser la tête avec les détails.
Mais qu'est-ce donc? Si vous ne posez pas votre ballon,
So this is Blablaro style, and my main objective is to show a younger and an attractive chemistry. We will talk about the image of chemistry in this presentation. So about the organization, first I will explain to you quickly why do we need scientific outreach, but very quickly because I prefer time for the next part. After that we will talk about tools of popularization, and then we will focus on videos and analyze what are the advantages and the drawbacks of this kind of way of communication. And to finish, we'll have a tough question: has chemistry its place on the web? This is not an evidence in France. Okay, so first, improving conversation and confidence between general public, scientific class and scientists seems essential if we want to allow science to play its role, advice, alert and guide choices, especially choices for politics decision with a big scientific part like ecology, energy, health issues like vaccination. And that's why it's important to teach science to children from an early age. It will enable to develop their critical mind and their general culture. And I think that's why we need a lot of way of communication to touch all the audiences. Okay, if you want to be a good popularizer, you will need good abilities and tools. About abilities, you need to be an expert of your topic, or if you are not, and this is my case, most of the time, you will need to have expert in your back. You will need to know how to simplify your topic, how to explain a complex topic to an audience, and most important, and Lauren told us that in this talk, you have to know your audience to adapt the level of the presentation. Okay, so these abilities, fortunately for years, they are increasing thanks of many science events, science festival, science competition like Paint of Science, which combine alcohol and science. I really like this one. You have, I'm sure you know the 3-minute thesis. In 3-minute thesis, PhD students have just 3 minutes to explain 3 years of works. This is really interesting because for the general public, it is a good opportunity to understand how research works. And for the PhD students, this is a good opportunity to make their research more attractive and to improve their communication abilities. Okay, my role is more to talk to you about tools. So what are our tools of communication? Of course, you have scientific publications, but it is only between scientists. You have books. Books are great. You can consume it little by little. But sometimes you want something with drawings, more funny, like comics. And with comics, we have great stuff. For instance, in France, we have Tu mourras moins bête, mais tu mourras quand même. It means you will die less stupid, but you will die anyway. Really great stuff. My favorite conferences, but you cannot always be present, so that's why we have also TV with a science show. Unfortunately, in France, we don't have enough science show. And TV invention has been a revolution because you have the visual side, like in a book, but you have also the audio side. It's audio-visual. Okay? And for years, you have a new thing, social networks. And social networks is also a revolution because you have one more thing which changes everything. You have interactivity. What is the best communication tool? In my opinion, all communication tools are interesting. I think we have to use them together because they can complement each other. And in this way, videos appear like a really playful tool, and you can consume it like a candy. It's easy to consume. Okay, so our question now is, could a platform like YouTube be a good way to communicate? I will talk about YouTube because my work is on YouTube and a little Instagram, but you can generalize. Okay, so YouTube was founded in 2005, and today this is the second search engine in the world, the third visited website, and in the world you have more than 1 billion persons using YouTube. In a developed country like France, this is half of the population, so this is enormous. You cannot neglect this kind of way of communication. Why people come on YouTube? First, music, lifestyle, sport, do-it-yourself, comedy, and of course, fortunately, science is here, as you know, but I think we can take more place. According to the Google numbers, you have on YouTube 64% of people coming for entertainment or relaxation, and the more interesting, 52% of people coming to learn something. On TV, I think it's not the case. In my opinion, if you want to be a good popularizer, you have to play on both sides. You have to learn something to people and in the same time entertaining them. So in other words, you have to attract with the style and teach with the content. And I've already said that yesterday, but it's right for teaching, it's also right for popularization. So, success of YouTube, let's make a little apology of YouTube, but after that we will see also the limits and dangers. Of course, you have the audio-visual side, I've already said that, but like TV. But you have interactivity. Interactivity, it means when you create videos, your audience can come and tell you what they think about your videos. They can like, dislike, comments, ask you questions, and even better, you can make surveys with your audience. And all this interactivity makes the link between the creator and the audience stronger. It's also a way to know better your audience and to adapt your content to the expectations. So you don't have all of this in the TV. And my last point is that creators come from the public. And what is the consequence? On YouTube or social networks, one more time you can generalize, the content is as varied as the audience. So you have a wide variety, absolutely mind-blowing. This is really impressive, but the strength of YouTube is also its weakness. Because, okay, you can broadcast very easily on YouTube, but the problem, you can broadcast very easily, so you can find anything. You can find bullshit. About the bad way of social network, I think we all agree that addictive side. Just look Menno with his smartphone. I'm kidding. Okay, this is addictive, and I think we all agree that an excessive or bad using of social network can cause damages and deviance. Okay, for that. But there is other problem on social network. Who is right? If you have a misunderstanding with someone, who is right with social network? Is it the expert? Is it the one who has the most subscribers? Or is it the best speaker? Unfortunately, most of the time this is not the expert. And this is a big problem with this platform. The form prevails on the merits, and you can say bullshit and be very influent. And of course, as scientists, it is unacceptable. We cannot work in this way. And that's why I was wondering about solutions for this issue. And I think maybe not like in research, but in this way, we can try to restore a kind of verification process to offer good content. This is the next question. How to ensure the quality content is offered? My solution, personally, is to have some proofreaders. For each videos I create, I ask at least to 1 or 2 teachers to help me to proofread, to help me on the way to explain scientific notions, and I ask at least 1 expert of the subject to correct my possible mistakes. No one is immune from an error. For example, I created a video about Cola-Mentos effect, and I decided to work with Gérard Liger-Belair. Gérard Liger-Belair is a university professor, expert in bubble formations in Champagne, and he gave me a great help to make this video, and this is passionating because I learn and I create in the same time. I love that. Other possibilities, recently I decided to join Café des Sciences. Café des Sciences is a reference in France for popularization, scientific popularization, and it organizes, it participates to science festival, it runs website, YouTube channel, and it enables me to have some proofreaders. Okay, now let's have a look at some French-speaking YouTube channels. So my choice is arbitrary because if I would represent all the favorites, this diagram would have been far too large. So Dr. Nozman defines the scale. With more than 3 million subscribers, you have to understand that each YouTube channel has its specificities. I mean, you have the topics, you have the audience, and you have the style. For instance, Dr. Nozman talks to a very large audience, he has a friendly style, pleasant, and he covers many topics. It explains his success, but also, of course, he's a great popularizer. He knows exactly how to entertain his audience and learn them something. Okay. After you have channels like Dirty Biology, Science Étonnante, Syllabus, Je m'énerve pas, j'explique, Astronogeek, great content. The pitch is a little more serious, playful too, and you feel a little more the rigor of scientific approach. I mean, maybe for this channel, I think that the average age is slightly higher, okay? So this is not exactly the same audience. And now we have the tough question. Where is chemistry? Chemistry is in the bottom of the diagram with me. I'm a little. And for instance, there are others, but my friend Robin Isnard of the channel Tous Transform, everything changes. And okay, I have to be honest, we have some experiments of chemistry with Dr. Nozman and Experiment Boy. This is more about demonstration, great videos of demonstration in chemistry, but not the explanation, not a real chemist who shows you and makes you love chemistry. We don't have that in French. For me, this is a problem. And I think the conclusion is, in France, we don't even have one big channel which represents chemistry. And that's one of the reasons this year I've decided to change editorial lines. So before it was only BlaBlaRo Labo with teaching and a little popularization, but from now I created a second channel for teaching, and BlaBlaRo Labo is changing editorial line to propose popularization of chemistry. I mean, from now in BlaBlaRo Labo, I will talk about chemistry in our daily life. Chemistry in sport, chemistry in nutrition, chemistry in your kitchen, chemistry with magic, maybe, and, and even chemistry in love. This is our next project. Chemistry in your brain, in the... Well, I don't spoil. Big projects, it will be a short movie. Okay, we have to analyze the causes of these issues, but before that, with the English-speaking channel, I was wondering if we have the same trend, and we can find chemistry in reactions, Nile-Red, and periodic video. Great content, really great content. So you can see they are better than us in France, but the conclusion is pretty the same. Chemistry lags behind all other disciplines, but they are better. Okay, so about the causes, I have so many hypotheses, and I don't have the time to propose you all my hypotheses, so I will present you 3 points. And I hope after the presentation we'll have a little time to discuss about that. So first, maybe chemistry is boring at school. I mean, when I tell people I'm a chemistry teacher, I don't have really good reactions. I know the reactions, but I don't have really good reactions. People say that, like, I never understood anything in chemistry, or it's just learning by heart, or it's boring and it's depressive because learning by heart is useless. It's not scientific approach. So maybe we miss something. Ask children to learn name and formula of ions, and you can be sure they will hate chemistry later, right? This is this point. Maybe we have to take another way, like show an interesting or spectacular experiment, and after we can ask questions. Maybe we have to think about that. I mean, for high school. Second point. Image of chemistry in society. Just look how we use the word chemical. A candy is chemical, and organic green tea is natural. Big mistake. And even worse, in mind of general public, most of the time, natural is healthy and chemical is toxic. So big problems. It means that chemical and natural are opposite things. It's not true. So I think if we want to improve the image of chemistry, we have to teach people that all products are chemicals. So you have natural substances and you have synthetic substances, and the natural side of a product says nothing about its toxicity. For toxicity, you have to analyze substances case by case, And I think promoting the natural side of a product is nothing else than a marketing trick. So we have a big problem here, and I think a lot of work. That's why next year I have a little project. You know, micro sidewalk. I don't know if we say like that in English. Micro sidewalk. You go in the street with the camera and you ask people questions. Yeah. So about chemistry, what do you think about chemistry? What is toxic, etc. You can ask a lot of questions, and we will create a little video. Of course, I will answer people. I will explain to people these things, and we will broadcast this video on the YouTube channel. So please come when it does and comment. You know this guy?
I simply respect chemistry. Chemistry must be respected.
So chemistry must be respected, yes. This is an image of chemistry that everyone knows. But just think about that. This is an image in which chemistry is used to kill people and to destroy something. Just that. Oh, how can we promote chemistry? Okay, this is for the side of the creator now. So the third point. If you want to create video on YouTube, you will discover that it is really difficult because the competitiveness is really high. Most of the time you do that on your free time without being paid, and you will require some expensive material like camera, micro, etc., etc. Okay? And in addition, if you want to show chemistry experiments, you will need some chemicals, some glasswares, you will need to be able to evacuate products, you will need a hood, and so on. So it's not easy, and that's the reason why I've created my association, to find partners, sponsors, and crowdfundings. And I think this is the only good advice I can give you if you want to do that. Don't work alone. Don't work alone. Okay, before the conclusion, I'd like to show you a little video, but it's about 4 minutes. Can we do that? And after 1 minute of conclusion? Yeah, great. Thank you, Menno. Okay, this is a video we've made during a science festival, and about the theme Rupture. So this is in French, but subtitle in English. And we treat the rupture, and the next one will be love. Ooh. Let's go.
Quand j'étais petit, j'ai toujours aimé briser des trucs. Des ampoules, des poubelles, des liaisons. Mais ce que je préfère, c'est les ballons. J'ai essayé plein de méthodes pour ça, avec des ciseaux, des aiguilles, des allumettes, des fourchettes, j'ai même essayé avec mon chat. Toutes ces expériences m'ont conduit à ce que je suis aujourd'hui, un chimiste. En chimie, le proverbe « qui se ressemble s'assemble » s'applique généralement assez bien, et certaines associations à l'échelle microscopique peuvent conduire à des ruptures à l'échelle macroscopique. Bon, en clair, avec des petits trucs, on peut en faire péter des plombs. Moi, ce qui m'a toujours intéressé, c'est de comprendre comment marchaient les liaisons. Voyons cela avec des ballons en caoutchouc. En moins d'un siècle, les caoutchoucs ont envahi notre vie quotidienne. Leur grande élasticité a rendu ce matériau indispensable dans de nombreux domaines. Sans caoutchouc, plus d'automobiles, plus d'avions, plus de fusées, plus d'électroménagers et plus de préservatifs. Il est important de connaître et de maîtriser parfaitement les propriétés physico-chimiques de ces matériaux modernes. Étudier leur rupture est donc d'une importance cruciale et permet justement d'éviter que la rupture survienne dans une situation critique. Le caoutchouc est constitué de très longues molécules composées d'atomes de carbone et d'atomes d'hydrogène. Dans son état naturel, le caoutchouc, c'est pas très commode d'utilisation. C'est pourquoi il existe un procédé appelé vulcanisation qui consiste à ajouter du soufre et à faire cuire le tout. Des atomes de soufre s'intercalent et créent des connexions entre les chaînes, ce qui rend le matériau plus résistant. Plaçons une goutte d'eau sur un ballon en caoutchouc. L'eau est une toute petite molécule constituée d'un atome d'oxygène et de 2 atomes d'hydrogène. Sa structure ne ressemble pas du tout à celle du caoutchouc. Par conséquent, elle va juste réussir à venir squatter sur la surface du ballon, mais elle n'arrivera pas à pénétrer dans sa structure. Bon, apparemment ça ne connecte pas, on va essayer autre chose. On peut éclater un ballon avec une orange de 2 manières. Soit comme ça, ou bien sûr on est plus subtil, comme ça. On observe qu'en pressant le zeste d'orange, lorsqu'une petite goutte d'huile essentielle entre en contact avec le ballon, ce dernier éclate. Alors que s'est-il passé? En fait, la petite goutte d'huile essentielle projetée par le zeste d'orange contient du limonène, molécule elle aussi constituée uniquement d'atomes de carbone et d'hydrogène, donc qui ressemble beaucoup au caoutchouc. C'est pourquoi la molécule de limonène va pouvoir se glisser, se faufiler entre les chaînes macromoléculaires du caoutchouc et ainsi créer une ouverture.
Allez. Ouais, j'adore.
Maintenant, essayons d'éclater un gros ballon avec un zeste d'orange. Ah bah là, rien ne se produit, c'est un peu décevant. En fait, c'est parce que le ballon est plus résistant grâce au procédé de vulcanisation. Les liens entre les chaînes sont si forts qu'ils empêchent les molécules de limonène de s'y glisser et de fragiliser le matériau. Bon, mais pour éclater n'importe quel ballon, on peut toujours utiliser l'arme fatale, l'huile essentielle de citron, particulièrement concentrée en limonène. Avec cette huile essentielle, on met beaucoup plus de limonène et aucun ballon ne pourra nous résister. Bon, assez discuté, hein. Moi ce qui me plaît, c'est quand ça pète. Ça y est, je crois que j'ai enfin compris.
Allô? Ouais, carrément. Ah, mais ouais, j'arrive.
Lorsque les liaisons créées sont plus fortes que celles déjà établies, la rupture survient.
Thank you. Great, okay. Thank you, it's time to conclude. So about communication tools, all of tools of communication are interesting and they can complement each other, but in this context, video appear like a really playful and a really great way of communication if we want to make general public curious about chemistry. I think, like physics, chemistry can conquer screens. Maybe it's time to chemistry to wake up on these platforms and to show its beautiful secrets, the knowledge of the structure and the transformation of all matters surrounds us. Thank you.
Now I want to make videos as well. Has anybody who has money for him?